Hey everyone, this is Daniel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how to refresh a data flow using Power Automate. Now, this was a question that was asked in the comments of my previous video, because in the previous video, which I talk about introduction to Dataverse, there I actually went ahead and set a schedule. However, a user asked, that, hey Daniel, in your source destination, which is a SharePoint list, if somebody went ahead and added an item over there, can you do something which will trigger the data flow when that item is added, such that the destination, which is the Dataverse table, can that get updated? There is a way to do it, and I'm going to show you that in this video. And if you haven't already figured out, this video is going to build on top of last week's video. So if you haven't watched the previous one, go watch one, because that's an introduction one. So that's the plan. Stick around. But first, here's my intro video. So let's get started. Now, here is the source, that's a SharePoint list. Here is the destination, that is a Dataverse table. And here was the data flow that we built. In fact, it's specifically manufacturer's SP list. Now, I've walked you through step by step how to build this in the previous video, whose link I've put below. So go check that one out, right? Now we want to take it a step further, is where if a new item was added or an existing item was edited over here, I should have that edit update over, available over here. That change should show up over here. And it should be like auto magic. Now, we are going to go ahead and still trigger the same data flow. That doesn't change. There's nothing new that we have to do. We just got to go and change this data flow. So how do we do that? Well, a good way to do that is using Power Automate flows. So let's go and build that flow, right? So I'm going to come over here now to my flows, and I'm going to go ahead and now create any new flow. The important thing that I do is I just kind of maintain the consistency in the environment. So since my data flow and my Dataverse is in a specific environment, I'm going to go and create my Power Automate flow over there as well. So my Power Automate flow is going to be an instant cloud one. And that instant cloud, I'm going to go ahead and skip this for now. Call that as refresh data flow and send notification. Right? Now the SharePoint piece, that's pretty simple. The SharePoint piece, like I said, just to be on the safe side, I'm going to go and do when an item is created or modified. That way it'll just be a catch-all. If a new item is added, great, it'll go and trigger this Power Automate flow. If an existing item is modified, it will also go and update that or trigger this. So I'm going to now go ahead and get my site, and then I'll go ahead and grab my list. My list was the manufacturer's one, and just to confirm, that is my URL. That's my URL, and that's my list name, and that is my list name. So we went ahead and took care of that. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and search for a data logic action or step. So I'm going to now search for something called refresh a data flow, right? The moment I go and just type that in, IntelliSense is going to give me an option. So it gives me this Power Query data flows. When I go and select it, that's the action that I want, refresh a data flows. And just to be on the safe side, I'll go and validate. I'll click on the C mode. It's not there. That's fine. So now I'll go and select this. Now here's something very interesting. As you can see, because we are referencing a data flow, it doesn't go and show you as an environment type or anything. It's actually talking about group type and group name. But over here, it actually helps, because are you referencing in this select in terms of a Power BI workspace or a Power Apps Power Automate environment? Because it's giving you both options. Now, since we are looking at this from a Power Apps Dataverse standpoint, I'm going to go ahead and select this as a environment. The moment I do that, it's going to filter the next step, which is group. Like, what's your group? And by group, it's actually telling you what is your environment. So I'm going to go and select this environment. And then the moment you go and select that one, it filters the remaining option. It only shows you data flows that you have built, the one that you have gone and created. I click on this drop down, and that's the one. Since I only had two, that was pretty simple. So what this does is it will go ahead and now refresh the data flow automatically. Like when an item was updated in the SharePoint list, which is a source, that will go ahead and refresh this data flows. Now, right now, as we stand, it is allowing up to 48 of these refreshes, which is actually pretty good though. And that's the option that is giving you. So kind of keep that in the back of your mind. Now, what it doesn't do is it doesn't go and give you any verification that, hey, this actually data flow refresh was completed. This so far doesn't do that. What we need to do is add an additional step. And that's a little tricky one, because watch this. I go and add a new step, and in my new step, I'm going to go and search again for data flows. All right. And usually this thing shows up when I click on the Power Query. Under actions, I don't see that option. What I do see it at is a trigger. See, the trigger is when a flow refreshes successfully, do something. So in that case, I'm going to say this is my trigger when I go ahead and refresh the when the refresh completes. I actually want to send an email notification to myself. Now, this was actually a little confusing to me. It's like, well, is a trigger going to work as an action? Because my initial thought was, well, if it's a trigger, let me actually build a separate flow for that. But I went ahead and tried it, and you know what? It actually worked. So if this is this, if you want to go ahead and replicate this, go ahead and try it this way. If the trigger works as an action, great, it should go and work. But if it doesn't, your backup plan is just build a separate Power Automate flow, and then use this as the trigger. So it'll be an automatic flow, use this as a trigger, and it'll work. But first, try it this way, right? So as you can see, there's the same amount of things. If the fields and the options are the exact same. What is the group type? The group type is an environment. Awesome. And then we went ahead and selected the environment name, and then we went ahead and selected our data flow. And there. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to go and put a condition. In my condition, I'm going to go and say that, hey, when that refresh was successful. So now you got to come in to the left hand side and you got to search for something called as the refresh status. All right, just click off the refresh, and the status is called as success. So SUCCESS. And then after that, I'll go ahead and set up an email notification. So I'll go ahead and call as an Outlook. In my Outlook 365, I'm going to go ahead and now send an email. And in my sending of an email, it is going to be, whoever you want to go and submit that to. So I'm going to go and send that email to myself, and that's there. And I'll say your data flow, and I'll put in the actual data flow name. Refresh completed successfully. And I can go and just copy that same thing over here, and basically says, hi Daniel, your data flow, and I'll put in the data flow name. And I've completed successfully. Instead of successfully, I could even go and put in the refresh status, all right? So let's actually go and even just make sure that your text is good, because I'll just say your data flow hyphen dash data flow name completed, and I'll just go put this over here, and we're pretty much done. And then what I can also do is I can also go ahead and put in this, I can copy it to my clipboard, come over here to my add action. I can go get it from my clipboard, grab it, and then I can expand it all over again. And then here I can basically just leave it as is, successfully. And I'll go and say has a refresh has failed, something like that, all right? So it just helps you make that change. But anyway, that's the easy part, the notification goes out. So now let's go and click on save, and let's do a test. All right, save successfully, go outside, and now we are going to go and run the test. So I go back to my source, and my source, I'm going to click on edit, and I'll go and update, just change something, right? On the title, I'll just go and add a 2, click on save, the changes happen. Any second now, this flow will refresh. Basically, it'll go and trigger. Great, so it has gone ahead and triggered, and it is running. So I'll go and click on that just to see what's going on. And so far, it is at this step where item was modified. Great, it went ahead and triggered the refresh of the data flow. So if I come over here, I say, yep, the data flow refresh now is in progress. So we got that step number 2 done. Once it'll go ahead and finish this off, then it should go ahead and run the next step. That next condition will kick in. So that's why, since the refresh in progress has started, it is waiting in this step because it wants to make sure that the refresh has completed. So that's why now if you go over here and we just keep an eye on this, just for the testing sake, it'll go ahead and keep an eye on this. The moment this thing becomes NA, it will show that the next step in that flow is completed. And so that has gone NA, which means now when I come over here, it went and said successfully, and then any second, it went so fast that it was, I didn't even catch it. So your flow ran successfully, which means now it was successful, which means it went ahead and sent me the success email. So that is basically the very simple way. Just keep this in mind that in here, the biggest trick is that this step, when a flow refresh completes, that shows up as a trigger. Even though it's a trigger, we can still use it as an action, and it just works really successfully. And if I want to go ahead and take a look at my Outlook, there's my Outlook. I got the email notification that came to me. It just says, hi Daniel, your data flow, gave me the data flow name, which we had used a variable. It came over here, list completed. It said success, but successfully. We know what that means. And there you go. It just works, and it works really well. So wasn't that awesome? Now we can go ahead and trigger the refresh of a data flow even when the source item has actually just changed, making it a little bit more easy, making it a little bit more spontaneous. Just keep in mind that right now it's only allowing 48 items. So hopefully that was helpful. And as always, keep using Power Apps, Power Automate, and Dataflows. Thank you so much for watching my YouTube video. Remember, this is all free with fresh content that is updated on a weekly basis. So if you've already subscribed to my channel, thank you and spread the word. If you haven't already, subscribe, click on the bell notification, and let the learning begin.